Mahesh and Harry, we talked about last night of, holding on to those leads, and this Kings team finally able to do that after getting the lead late in the game, though. But overall, just to be able to take that lead late and hold on to it and win this game, that must be a good feeling.
Yeah, definitely. I know we definitely talk about playing with the lead, but maybe that's the way to do it. Just wait till the last minute to finally get one. And we did get the one early, obviously the first goal of the game, but no, very proud of the guys to close that one out and not just hold on, really just kind of like finish strong as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, first period, you get that early goal, Alex Sandu, and it's, again, everything's nice and bright. The butterflies were flying in the air, if that makes sense. But then the Bulldogs come back, 3 quick goals, and completely change this game around.
Yeah, it was a great start, obviously. It kind of seems like the first goal, whether we scored or get it scored against, doesn't seem to have a lot of bearing on the end result. We've had one scored against us quick. We've scored some quick, and it's kind of got coin flip how the rest of the game is going to go. So, you always want to get that first one, but how you respond is also important. And, we only give up 8 shots. So defensively, I thought it wasn't too bad. But, yeah, they scored 3. And, the quality of the shots that we give up are, high danger opportunities, not clearing out guys in front of the net. So you can't fault, anybody other than it's just sometimes that they execute on their chances.
Yeah, and then so you go down 3-1. Things start to seem bleak, but then I think that goal at the end of the first period, Alexi Van Hookachero, just a good offensive zone shift, keeping the puck in play, battle along the boards, and a great move to the net. Yeah,
no, that was a great move, great goal. We said yesterday, I don't think being down really gets us. Doesn't phase us as much as like the leads have been. So yeah, we're down 2, and we kind of pick away at it. He makes a great play. Park Lalonde gets the a nice one. The power play. It was nice to see the power play get a couple goals tonight. Penalty kill was good. So yeah, it was just one of those games where as long as we kind of kept it close on the scoreboard, even though we felt like we were outplaying them. You look at the shots, you look at the overall quality of the game. We thought we were outplaying them, but as long as we were just within 1 or 2, we felt like we were going to be in a game for sure.
Yeah, you were there right the whole time. Then second period, they score early at the end of the power play, 4-2. But then 2 quick goals, as you mentioned, Parker Lalonde and Alexi Van Hookachero again. Then the Bulldogs take the lead right back, and then just more resilience and more battle like we've seen from this Kings team. And then Jack Blanchett ties it up.
Yeah, this is kind of what we also talked about with having everybody back, obviously minus Stashevsky, is we knew that eventually our offense would kick in. And this is kind of exciting to see, 7 goals, everybody chipping in on the game sheet. No, it's fun. We know offensively, we can get it done. We did clean up some things defensively. I know the score doesn't necessarily reflect some of those changes we made, but overall, you take the win and you move on and you kind of dissect the part of the game that we improved. And you don't necessarily have to look at every goal for and against to know that, we played pretty well tonight.
Yeah. And then tie going into the third period. In the third, you kind of weather the storm early on, but then you get that go-ahead goal from Jones, and then like we've seen in the past before, you just lock it down. I think Alberta didn't really have any good looks the rest of the game after you guys took the lead.
No, and I'll eventually, as soon as we scored that goal from Jones there to go up 1, the bench right away said, okay, we got to reset. Like, we got to focus. We can't get too high. We've been on the other side of that far too many times. So it was actually great to see the bench take initiative and kind of, just relax, take a deep breath and go, okay, we have a job to do. And then, rather than hold on, like I said, we finished strong. We had a lot of great offensive zone time and still had a couple more chances. I think we had 2 or 3 scoring chances to close out that game. And then, eventually, they pull the goalie and, we do a great job eating the time in the D zone, kept it super simple. Just ate the puck along the wall for the last minute, and it was very bare bones kind of way to close it out, but it was effective.
Yeah, it worked out very well. I think Kyle Metzen, coming in at the end of the first period, maybe a tough second period for him, but in that third period when this team really needed him early in that period, he came out big with lots of key saves.
Yeah, and I know both those guys battle so hard for us. They've been with us since day one, and they've been feeling a lot of pressure, and they've been putting a lot of weight on their shoulders, and a night like tonight where we can help them out offensively, that's important too. There's nights where we just have a tough time scoring, and then you look to them and they can only do so much. But it was up to us to support our goalies and have an offensive night. And it's when you score 7, you should walk away with a win.
Yeah, and then, well, you mentioned the power play, how good it feels, and you get 2 big power play goals, the one from Parker Lalonde in the second period, and then that insurance marker by Ryder Ringer. And again, it's been this, for some reason, this Kings team, when the power play is going, the rest of this team is going as well.
Yeah, we're kind of we kind of run and live and die by our special teams. Whenever the penalty kill and the power play are clicking, I mean, you could say that about a lot of teams, but it definitely is something that we kind of need as a spark and kind of lean on that at times. And tonight it was huge to get those. Power play's been struggling. The PK has been kind of up and down lately, but against this team who we're going to see again in a week, it's nice to kind of get this in the bank and have some good video to kind of go over. Obviously, we have Friday to prepare for it, but it's nice that to split a weekend like this. It kind of gets the ball rolling going into 3-3 next weekend.
And then there's lots of great performances for this Kings team tonight. One of them I want to talk about is Jack Blanchett. Finally gets that goal after a long drought. You know how much he loves to score, but for him, I think most importantly, his defensive side of the game was really solid tonight. He definitely broke up a lot of scoring opportunities, just having to stick in the right spot tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's great. I mean, he's put a lot of pressure on himself to kind of clean up that part of his game, and he wants it. And at the same time, we know what an offensive threat he is. So he's kind of caught in the middle of a bit of a scoring drought, at the same time wanting to play better defense. But tonight he was able to blend the two seamlessly, and it was great to see his energy. And he was really happy, and he wants those big minutes. He looks at me in the last minute, and he's going. As much as guys fight to play in the power play, he's a guy who's really been pushing to get those defensive matchups as well. And I was just really happy that we were able to roll all 7D best we could outside the special teams that we have. And rolling 7D is not easy, and tonight we gave everybody the assignment that we're going to roll. I don't know if you noticed, it was pretty much a different pairing out there every other time. It's the same 7 guys from day one, so it should be pretty familiar. And our defensive group just did a great job holding them to 25, 26 shots tonight.
Yeah, that's a plus. And you also talked about last night too about how this Kings team's kind of been like a one-line team every week. It's just one line goes and a new line the next week. But tonight it seemed everybody, all the forward lines and all the defensive pairings were, as you said, rolling tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? I talked to some of the lines, and when we challenge these lines to compete against each other, it's very easy for them to assume that we mean offensively, but we challenge the lines to be, the best offensively, the best defensively, go out there and be a complete line. And I think what we saw tonight was, 4 lines, everybody going and getting it done on both sides. So now that they kind of know what we're looking for out of the group, I think we should be, able to kind of snowball in the right direction from this.
And then also we can't talk about or continue this interview without talking about the first star of the night, Alexi Van Hoekachero. Continues to show the impact he's made since coming over here. 2 goals and 1 assist for him tonight.
Yeah, awesome night. Like I said before, as soon as he came into the room, he made a big impression. And then having Parker back, and now kind of having 2 more threats out there, and you could see back-to-back nights, those 2 guys were great for us. And I mean, obviously we missed them last weekend, and you can see just kind of what an impact a couple of guys can have on the team. It lifts everybody else up. But that being said, it's a great supporting cast around them as well. And Mendelson, Energy's player of the game, that line kind of found their chemistry. I know last weekend it was a little tough, and you have a guy like Lucarelli, Symes, McNarland, Sandu's going, Richards is, he's getting the looks now, and everybody's just got a lot of confidence right now, and we hope we can carry that into next weekend.
Yeah, exactly. That's the key. It's building on this game, continuing, because again, you guys have been building, just haven't been able to get rewarded. Finally get that tonight. Now it's what's going to take next week as you go into a 3-game weekend next weekend with a big matchup next Sunday against Couch, to keep this ball rolling and keep this confidence flowing with this team.
Yeah, I mean, and not just next weekend, but we're heading up to Prince George. So the next 5 games are going to be, we got 1 at home, and then we're going to be on the road. We're going to have only about 4 or 5 practices here over the span of those 2 weeks, so we got to make them count. Rest, like I said, we have a lot of footage from this weekend to go over, things we can clean up. We got a new test in Vernon, and sometimes seeing something you haven't seen before is it's fun just to kind of see what you really have. You play the same teams over and over. It seems like in our division, certain teams just have other teams' numbers. But yeah, when you cross over, we haven't had a ton of success in that division, and we're aware of it. So we'll spend this week kind of prepping for Vernon, and then obviously getting a good result, and then carrying that over into two big divisional games.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be enjoy the winning tonight, and then the Kings get set for a crucial games coming up with 5 games over the next 2 weeks, starting Friday here at home against the Vernon Vipers. Harry, thank you very much for your time here at Postgame.
Thanks, Kisser.